everybody. Welcome to BO Boys for Thursday, April 3rd. Fuck it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it live, not in studio. I'm Clayton.
Yeah, I'm Pat. Clayton, huge episode today. We're going to get into in a second our weekend preview. Just wanted to let the podcast listeners know there is a brand new episode of the BO Boys that went up yesterday that is only for YouTube. It will never be on this podcast feed. It is a web exclusive full hour-long episode that we did talking about the first day or two of CinemaCon news, John Wick 4, John Wick 5, Spider-Man 4, lots of stuff. We did a full hour episode. You gotta go to and subscribe to the YouTube to get that episode. But this episode here, this is the classic. This is the weekend preview. We got a giant video game movie opening this weekend. So, of course, we had to call in our chief video game movie correspondent from I Screen, You Scream 4, number four movies. The one and only Danny Eskamlaji is here. Danny, welcome back to the BO Boys.
Great to be on, boys. As a giant weekend preview coming up, I cannot wait to break down this controversial before, but now feeling confident for this opening weekend of Minecraft. I cannot wait. Let's get started.
Let's get started. Clayton, this is a question that I think both you and I have that I'm going to ask our chief video game correspondent. Danny, Minecraft, the movie is coming out this weekend. What is Minecraft? What is this video game? I know what Mario is. I know Mario's a plumber. He fights a giant Koopa King, gets the prince. I get it. We all know Mario. What in the hell is a Minecraft?
So it's a giant open world sandbox video game. And this is where you can pretty much learn a thing or two about how to create, survive, hunt some stuff down. I mean, technically it's all survivability with your friends. And this is like pretty fun to say the least. And shout out to my younger brother. If I didn't play this game, I want to give it about the game. I played this past month of March with some of my friends, and I still have experience to some degree. To say I feel a lot more experience than I feel like, and it's a lot of fun. It's just like a giant open world sandbox video game that you can like go out there, survive, craft some things, like do whatever you want. This is what Minecraft is. It's all about imagination, you know?
That's
how Minecraft describes it.
Okay, so Clayton, sandbox open world video game. Does that sound to you like a movie? I mean, is this feels to me like the way to make the Minecraft movie is you go into a theater and you're telling Jack Black and Jason Momoa what you want them to do, but I don't think that's possible. I mean, Clayton, what is that description of this movie, of that video game, sound like to you in movie terms? Can it be done? Is this adaptable?
Wow. I mean, it sounds like the perfect movie for Jared Hess to direct. The man who gave us Napoleon Dynamite, Gentlemen Broncos, Masterminds,
Nacho Libre, Jack Black,
I guess
Nacho
Libre, yeah.
Is a hit? Was a hit?
Was a hit.
Was a hit. Was a hit.
So obviously, no brainer. You get this guy to do that concept.
Oh, he also did direct the American Gladiators documentary series for Netflix a year ago. So he's got that under his belt. He's Gentlemen Broncos, the movie, about 10 years ago, and now he's got this American Gladiators documentary series, and now he's got the biggest movie that Warner Brothers has on its slate until Superman. It is amazing how much hinges on this Minecraft movie this weekend for Warner Brothers, for theaters. Theaters need this Jared Hess movie to be a huge hit. Danny, is there a character in Minecraft? Because again, with Mario, I know who Mario is. I know who Luigi is, and we all love Luigi right now. Everyone loves Luigi. now more than ever. And Sonic, we know who Sonic is. He is a hedgehog who's very fast, and you could see that depicted in a movie. Who is Minecraft? Is there a Mr. Minecraft? Is there a Joe Minecraft? Like, who is the guy in Minecraft?
Steve, you pretty much get a guy who's ordinary, not a developed based character, but that's just the biggest character of a character people start up with. Steve, pretty much. And there's like a lot of skins you could just pick over whoever character, and there's like a lot of skins involved in Minecraft and like universes. But overall, Steve is just a character, and I think he's one of the most popular, and not Mario, but a central protagonist character that doesn't have any story. But I think Minecraft the movie, it's gonna give us its unique story about Steve. That's not something from the adaptation, but this is the one I expect what's with. So now I think about it.
Okay. Skins. Okay, so Clayton, is this feels to me like a Silence of the Lambs situation where you could put different skins on your lead character. I mean, that was Hannibal Lecter's thing, is he would wear different skins. And Silence of the Lamb, giant hit. So could that be something that audiences connect with the way they did with Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs? A lead character who wears different skins. Is that intriguing to you? And do you think that reaches a kid's audience?
That was Buffalo Bill did the skin thing.
So did Hannibal.
Movie.
Hannibal did the skins thing. He put on different skins. Oh yeah. He put on different people's skins.
It's just an option for people that want to just play Minecraft without playing Steve. There's just a lot of just different skin options, even though it doesn't have to be Steve.
Right
out there.
Does Steve have to skin the people?
Skin the people? I wouldn't say that, but let's just say it's just a central character from like the scratch to start of it.
Right.
That's what I can describe Steve pretty much.
Right. And that's kind of what Buffalo Bill was in Silence of the Lambs. He was your central block character. And then when he wanted to wear someone else's skin, he would wear someone else's skin. So I think we haven't seen that in a while, a lead character who wears different skins, but it was successful in the Hannibal Lecter movies. So I do think that could be helpful here. Is this Steve? This is the Jack Black character, right? So Jack Black is Steve?
That's right.
So I like that. I like Jack Black as a character who could wear different skins. I think he could make that likable in a way that other actors would have a hard time doing. He
could do his Jumanji, by the way. Jumanji's one of them. You could also possibly think about that. He's in the video game movie like that, and then Steve, Minecraft is Steve. I mean, this is something.
Yeah, Clayton, Jack Black wearing different skins, doing his famous dancing in skins, like a Hannibal Lecter, but kind of chubby and funny. Do you think Jack Black is still a huge deal at the box office this weekend, wearing different skins?
I would have said 2 years ago, or I would have said this even when Kung Fu Panda 4 came out and did Bafa Bobo, that, of course, Jack Black. Who wouldn't want to go see Jack Black? Well, then a little movie came out called Borderlands.
Wow.
That was a disaster. And it was a video game adaptation. So this does scare me, because if Jack Black, this movie looks like it's going to do better than Borderlands to open at the very least.
Has to.
Because it's not based on Jared Hess's dog taking a dump. That I know of. I mean, again, we don't know that much about Minecraft, but still. So here's the thing. If this movie does underperform, though, is Jack Black going to be looked at as, to the video game community, as a cancer, right? Because he had Jablinski Games. He had his gaming channel that he stopped doing for whatever reason. Maybe he had like more money offers coming in. I don't know what the situation was, but he was trying to put himself up as a gamer there for a while. Then he stopped his channel. So who knows if that was the attempt at Stolen Valor? We don't know. But this has to succeed, or he's going to be looked at somebody who is putting video game movies back and
Right.
taking that back a step from your Marios, your Five Nights at Freddy's,
Right.
your
Right.
what is the one with Spider-Man and Father Stew?
Spider-Verse? No, sorry.
Oh,
Forgot that one.
Uncharted. Uncharted, of course.
Uncharted.
Huge hit.
Uncharted.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Right. Right. If Jack Black, after starring in the bomb that was Borderlands, if this movie were also to bomb, Jack Black then becomes the modern day Bob Hoskins, the way Bob Hoskins was hated by gamers for the original Super Mario Brothers movie in the 90s. I mean, gamers hated Bob Hoskins for what he did to that movie. And Jack Black could be in that situation if this bombs. Danny, Jack Black, to the gamers, is he an actor who gamers look at as one of their own, or do they look at Jack Black as an actor that they like? Like, what is the gamer community view of Jack Black? Is he the real deal to gamers?
Yeah, he's as much as I don't follow his channel, but he is a real deal to the gamers. But then at the same time, casting of him did question a lot of people and Minecraft fans that were jeopardized to see what the style in the movies are going to be like. So I haven't doubt Jack Black. I never do really, but it was for me in my head to start. I wonder where this is going and how is it going to be. But I'm starting to use him and Jack as Steve in this movie, and I think he'll just deliver some unique, funny moments that we never see what Steve does in the game. Something imaginative like that. So as a gamer to the community, I think this is like a huge deal that he could get like some roles like this in video game movie adaptations. So I can say Jack Black is a big deal to playing Steve, who also did a great job with Bowser, by the way, who stole the show.
Well, of course, that is why we need Danny on an episode like this, because he brought it back to Jack Black was the co-star of the Super Mario Brothers movie, the biggest video game movie ever, so we can't forget that. It's not just Borderlands. It is Jack Black was Bowser. He should have gotten an Oscar nomination for Best Song for the Super Mario Brothers
agree.
movie.
I'm so mad about this up today.
Yeah. Danny, you should carry that anger for the rest of your life that Super Mario Brothers, the movie, didn't get that Best Song nomination. So, Clayton, we're forgetting that. Jack Black was the co-star of Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, this guy, it's not just Borderlands. He's still as hot as ever, especially to the gamers. I mean, do you think that matters, him coming off of the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Well, I think with the attention span of society and culture, it is what have you done for me lately? I mean, I honestly think that will that matter as much now that he's had a big stinker on his resume?
Yeah. Here's something I think you might be carrying a grudge against Jack Black for that I think Danny doesn't care about in his generation. Clayton, are you still upset that Jack Black threw KG, the Rage Cage, his partner in Tenacious D, threw him under the bus and fired him from the band? What was it, about a year ago? Something to do with political comments, and Jack Black got worried about something that Kyle Gass said on stage, and ended his partnership with KG. Is that still bothering you, and do you think it bothers other moviegoers of our generation?
I mean, it dings his nice guy persona a little bit, I think, the way he did that. I think the other question I have is Steve in the game? And I know you can tear other people's skin off and put it on yourself if you are Steve. But is Steve a almost 60-year-old man? Like, is that who he is?
Yeah, he sort of is. I'm not sure how old he is exactly, but they did give like a little story of how he find the world of Minecraft. It did show that in the trailer, so he was like perhaps younger, and then he got older years on. So that does give a little context to that. Pretty much.
Okay. I mean, I have not heard anything about this movie. I'm trying to go in clean before I see Minecraft. I don't want to be spoiled. I wonder if there's something to start the movie where we see a 60-year-old man who then ages down into Jack Black. He starts at 60 and then he decides I'm going to stop at mid 50s and be Jack Black's age. So is that possible? I guess it would be Jack Black in a little bit of old age makeup. You wouldn't need a different actor at this point. When
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
aging Jack
when
Black
I
down from
said
60.
a man close to 60, I was meaning Jack Black.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Again, I know nothing about this game, Clayton. I know nothing about this game. So to me, that's I'm going in blind on Minecraft as much as possible. So Jack Black, does that mean anything to you, Danny? Do you think your generation cares that Jack Black threw his Tenacious D partner Kyle Gass under the bus a year ago, or do you don't care about that?
No one gives a fuck. Trust me. If people got over the Will Smith slap, everyone can forget about that. I mean, look, politics is one thing everyone stay away. I mean, we all see what happened with Rachel Zegler. Like, long story short, but yeah, this is something no one cares a fuck about anymore. As long as it doesn't have any controversies. So I think it's all good. It's fair and square.
I love it. I mean, that settles it right there. Nobody gives a fuck, and especially the younger generation who is going to make Minecraft a hit, or a bomb, depending if they come out. But they don't care. Clayton, this is Gen Xer stuff here. The Tenacious D matter.
Oh yeah, so loyalty and friendship, real Gen X shit.
Yeah. Which is why, me as a millennial, I don't give a fuck. So
Mhm.
I'm with the youngsters on this one. So that's Jack Black. The other big star in this movie is Jason Momoa.
The other person
And
in this movie.
well, okay.
Stop it. Get the fuck out of here. One
Jason
I have a lot
Aquaman
to
movie.
say, but I have to say, but I'll wait till I'm turned. So I mean,
Well, it's your turn. Speak on Jason Momoa. Is he a draw for this?
He's a better value at his best. And by the way, as someone who I look at Jason Momoa, who is such a cool actor, I will say his costume looks terrible in the movie. Like, I'll be honest. But as an actor, I think this is something nice he could try out. Something quirky and fun. We never get to see him do stuff Aquaman, So, but I say his costume is the biggest thing I look at. Like, it was so awful when I look at Jason Momoa. But I got used to it anyways now, and I'm just gonna just enjoy what Jason Momoa does, I know he'll take this role serious enough. So.
Yeah. Hey, listen, he went for it in that last Fast and the Furious movie, which I guess everyone hated. But Clayton, if I remember correctly, we both enjoyed Jason Momoa as the villain in that movie, right?
Pat,
I enjoyed him as that villain.
Enjoying somebody as an actor in a film doesn't mean that they make anybody want to go see a movie. Like, the thing about him is he's not a butts in the seats guy. He's not a star. To call him a star is diminishing people like Leo and Freddy Fazbear and King Kong and people of that ilk. That is what you're saying when you say Jason Momoa is a star. He's not a star. He's a guy that's in movies. And this movie,
I'm not comparing him to Leo. I'm not comparing to Freddy Fazbear. I mean, don't put words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth.
The problem with this movie, to me, is the way the place I see Jason Momoa the most is in a commercial along with Chris Pratt and Keke Palmer for a crappy mobile game that looks like the same quality as this film. So when I see him in this movie, I think, is this the full length commercial for this crappy grab your personal data cellular phone game that Chris Pratt, Keke Palmer, and Jason Momoa are trying to sell to me? That's what this movie looks like to me.
Of the three people you just mentioned in that commercial for a cellular phone game, right now, who would you say is the biggest butts in the seats draw? Keke Palmer, Jason Momoa, or who's the other one? Chris Pratt. Who do you think is the person who directly gets the most butts in seats because they are in a movie?
In theaters, Keke Palmer.
Wow. I mean,
I say the same. Kiki Palmer as well. I say the same thing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Chris Pratt would have an argument if he ever put anything out in theaters.
right, right. Yeah, it's of those three, she's the one with the most direct fan base.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is okay. Here's the thing for Jason Momoa with this movie is this is his attempt to pivot to being, I think, comic relief
Mm-hmm.
in a movie. You know, he knows there's a shelf life on being the good-looking action guy. And I know he's probably doing most of the action scenes in this Minecraft movie, but I think this is his pivot to the longevity move, which is, can I be the quirky kid star? And I think we're gonna find out if this movie is a huge hit. I think this is a big pivot moment for Jason Momoa. I mean, do you
Well,
think, Clayton, do you think he could make that pivot to being quirky kid star, guy getting slimed, coming in, giving you some fun action in a kid's family movie?
I mean, so he is also going to be Lobo in the DC universe that James Gunn is
Mm,
creating or will abort after Superman underperforms. But he is playing Lobo, who is a hyper violent character. But I think their take is going to be, there's always been an element of comedy with Lobo, and I think it's going to be a Deadpool situation. So
okay.
he's pivoting to comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know necessarily how many kids comedies that's going to be including. I mean, Ryan Reynolds did If. So I do think that opens him up to being able to do some mild PG sort of stuff for kids. So yeah, I do think it's a smart move because he's not going to be able to compete with Statham or
Right.
Jerry Butler and get
Right.
into that space because he's just not that guy. So I think he's
Right.
trying to take the Cena route more so, where he can
Right.
be actiony but funny.
Right, right. And he's not a Dave Bautista who's going to win an Oscar someday. That's not the
Yes, he doesn't have the quiet dignity of a Dave Batista.
no, no. He's loud and zero dignity. That's Jason
Mhm.
Momoa. Danny, these cell phone gaming commercials that Jason Momoa is in, does that endear him to the gaming community? Do gamers like those commercials?
No, they don't. The mobile games are not attractive as much as I know anymore, so it wouldn't be such a one plus for that.
Okay, got it.
For what I
Okay.
feel. So.
We've got to make that distinction. Even though the Angry Birds first movie was a
I
big
mean,
hit.
yeah. That the mobile games were popular back then. But Angry Birds, of course, it was like just a game. That's just
Yeah,
that grew to it.
right. But yeah, mobile games, if they've taken a hit the last few years. Let's talk about the marketing for this Minecraft movie. Um
I have a lot to say on that one.
well, start saying it. Has the marketing reached you? What has been like the most effective part of the Minecraft campaign so far? What has stood out for you?
I just want to talk about before the good things, but the first trailer when it dropped around Beetlejuice this last fall, it was not good.
Oh,
It was so toxic, like everywhere. It took my head to wrap this around. I'm like, okay, where is it going? Why does it look like this? And yeah, it just the impression of this trailer and the song and the dialogue was given. I mean, I had a feeling this was not going to be great straight off the bat. Like it was almost getting bad buzz from like every fans, every like even the first teaser had like millions of dislikes. Like it was
wow.
bad. It was
Wow.
crazy enough. And I'm like, how can Warner Brothers get back to the saddle and get Minecraft a huge thing? Because it reminds me when Transformers 1 had a bad trailer and it didn't pivot around the audience enough. And but it did. I mean, also the Transformers was a dead franchise now, but it's also recent.
Yeah.
But it was just bad news for what Minecraft is doing with Warner Brothers. Like, it was just bad shit. When the second trailer came around, I started to get a little more better to it. Like I think people are starting to react as a lot more better as the first trailer, and then the other final trailer dropped like late February. It got even better. So
Okay.
it just was a bad song trailer, and the dialogue given. I mean, it was a long story. It was just not good. Whatever the trail, whoever did the trailer for the first Minecraft should get fired as hell. Like it was just terrible. It could have been a disaster either way. But the
Clayton,
marketing, I feel like, sorry, the
yeah.
marketing so far though, they did McDonald's. I like that. They
Mhm.
also done other promotional tie-ins as well. Like besides the McDonald's Happy Meals thing, I mean, I have to say the trailers overall were just a lot better. Sorry, just want to point the last bit of that.
No, I love it. I mean, that's the thing, Clayton. Can this movie recover from a terrible first trailer? Because they definitely got it back on track. All the other trailers were better, but is that first impression going to be all people remember? But hey, remember when we first met Sonic, he had human teeth, and we saw there is an entire trailer of Sonic with human teeth, looking like some kind of rat man. And people forgot about that trailer eventually. So, Clayton, do you think the first Minecraft trailer is going to doom this movie, or do people move on?
No, I mean, I do think people moved on. I think the people who were willing to give up on that movie that quickly weren't fans to begin with. I think the thing was just like Sonic, I think it was positive that there was so much fan outrage because it meant they were engaged.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that engagement with with the studio sort of learning what the core audience wanted, I think that's positive. Now, did they just say, "Oh, well, this is how we sell this movie that is actually what the first trailer was?" That's the question. Is it all smoke and mirrors? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because you only have what you have, which is the product. And just because you're better at selling, a bag of manure doesn't mean that it doesn't stink.
But if the commercials convince people that the bag of manure smells good, and they buy the bag of manure and then they're shocked that it smells like shit, they've already bought it. So that's all a marketing campaign has to do, is convince you that the bag of manure doesn't smell like shit.
But
So
until Thursday night, and then everybody's on their phone saying, "This manure stinks."
this
And
manure stinks.
people are
Yeah.
like, "Oh, well, of course, because it's manure. We knew
Right.
that already." And so then people don't go. So that's the problem. It's like the days of getting a big opening weekend when a movie is terrible is gone because by Thursday, everybody knows.
True. And we'll talk about how, though, this is a kids movie. So how much do reviews matter? Just staying on the marketing of this, the McDonald's thing. McDonald's is going all in. Happy Meals, figurines. McDonald's and Minecraft are in bed together. And for a movie like Minecraft, I don't know if there's, as much as people say they're eating healthy these days, they're going to Just Salad, they're going to, they're going to the, salad stands on the street in Midtown. They're getting, their cup of salad, they're ordering salad on DoorDash, whatever. I still think McDonald's is so effective these days, and especially for kids. So, are you a McDonald's guy, Danny? I don't think in all the years you've been here, we've
I
ever
always
talked about.
been I always been a McDonald's fan. I love me some McDonald's when I was a kid, but man, I had some nostalgic moments with McDonald's every time I get some. The Happy Meals was just like chef's kiss, and I
Yeah,
always come there just to get the Happy Meals. And now I'm just like a grown adult who just enjoys McChickens.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
You got to make the smart choice nowadays as an adult and go with the McChicken. Have you been in a McDonald's recently to see the Minecraft presence? Like, do you walk in and they're building hamburgers in front of you the way Minecraft players build buildings? Is that what's going on? Is there like a real Minecraft experience in the hamburger conveyor belt? Like, what are they doing in these stores? Do you have any
I
inside info?
I never had the time to go there, but for what I know, I don't think so. But my younger
Okay.
brother did got a Happy Meal yesterday just to get that toy. So
Just
it's not with me. It's not with me, but yeah, it's an interesting one. So
yeah, I think that's still so huge. That's still so huge, Clayton. The McDonald's thing. I mean, what do you think? I know you're a salad guy. You're a health nut, but these kids, they crave that salt and the special sauce and the cheese. I mean, uh, are you with me, Clayton? Do you think McDonald's and Minecraft it's still a lethal combo?
Oh, of course. Of
Yeah.
course. I think that's the gold standard. I mean, the gold standard for a movie promotion, fast food tie-in. And we've done this with, I believe, Jeff Bach of Exhibitor Relations Co., who is at CinemaCon
Yep.
getting pumped full of hype. On one of
Mhm.
the episodes, go back in the archives, we broke down what tie-ins with what fast food showed like what was a high level product.
Right.
And
Right.
McDonald's, I think to me is still the gold standard for tie-ins.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, not to throw dirt on the grave, although I guess if you're in a grave, you want as much dirt on as possible. But McDonald's doesn't have to worry about Morgan Spurlock anymore. He's gone. He's been gone for a while. He may not get on the in memoriams on the Oscars, but he is gone. And I think without him breathing down their neck, McDonald's and their movie promotional tie-ins are more powerful than ever. I mean, Clayton, do you think that with Morgan Spurlock out of the way, McDonald's is even more able to promote a movie like Minecraft? They don't have him out there doing the super size me thing, trying to make them look silly. He's gone.
Mhm. Yeah. And yeah, he is unfortunately passed on, I guess. And that is, good. He's not going to be out there doing his I'm going to eat all this food and it's going to make me sick
Right.
because he no longer can do that.
He can no longer do that. And he can't. Because listen, with him out there, it was always something that Minecraft producers had to worry about. Is Morgan Spurlock going to screw up our McDonald's promotional campaign? Is he going to come out with another Super Size Me, complete the trilogy, and totally blow up our spot? And that is no
What
longer a concern for Jack Black, for Jason Momoa, for Jared Hess. They don't have to worry about him anymore.
and Pat, what would that third movie be called?
Well, what was the second one? Was the second one
It
called
doesn't matter what the second one's called.
Super Thrice Me? Super Size 3, of course. Yeah,
You
that's the
got
third
it. It
movie.
took you a
That's
little
the
bit. You
movie.
got it.
Took me a
I
sec.
do.
Listen, I'm not in Morgan Spurlock's head. So, for him, he's been thinking about that title probably since he put out the first movie.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. As you
Huh.
can see, I am not wearing a tinfoil
huh,
hat.
Huh.
Um, I'm
huh.
wearing an Astoria hat. It is curious that, you know, this gentleman passes away not too long ago. And then now there's this big Minecraft McDonald's tie-in situation. So I
Mhm.
just think it's curious.
Yeah, it's curious. No, it's definitely curious. Listen, Jack Black, he got rid of KG, and maybe he got rid of Morgan Spurlock before Super Size 3. Who knows? Who
Wow.
knows? Either way, the McDonald's campaign now could go off without a hitch. Yeah, that is the big marketing that I'm seeing. So we talked about reviews briefly. Clayton brought up the whole manure comparison. Danny, do reviews matter at all for a movie like Minecraft? Do you think the gamer audience, especially the young gamer audience, is going to care if stuffy movie critics, and we're not critics, huh? You
Huh.
know, if the New Yorker, if A.O. Scott, if Pauline Kael were to thumb their nose at the Minecraft movie, do you think that matters?
Look, so if this was a animated movie, I'd say now because this is live action, it does question a lot to this movie, especially that kids, families are gonna enjoy this. I've been hearing good reactions from them coming off the screenings and like reactions this past week for Minecraft. They loved it. It's dumb,
Mhm.
it's fun, it's heart like this is what people are saying that would describe for families to enjoy and kids. The kids at any point, no matter what age, they'll love Minecraft no matter what. Question is the 18s to 34s and myself, are we going to question that this product will affect the legs where the quality is not going to be the best, but it's just going to be straight up fun and just doesn't matter what it does for a video game like Mario. Like we both, as you guys may or may not know, I don't think it's big as Mario. Let's just be clear. Even though
Okay.
Minecraft is a big IP, I always knew it would be big from top to bottom. But the fact they went with this art choice for this movie was really questionable. That jogged people, and I always knew the word of mouth could affect that. But so far, I think the visuals look just okay. It's just not like cartoonish, you know. I think if it was different, though, I think it wouldn't matter. But in this case, it's possibly going to matter with the cinema score and the audience reaction. But so far, the audiences I see on Twitter just seem to like, not just, you know, it's not perfect, but I think it's just going to be super fun enough to enjoy it. Because like I said, Minecraft, it doesn't really matter how you make up a story. You throw in whatever. And, you know, Jared Clayton, like he said, Jared Harris, great guy for this. He could just bring a lot of imaginative fun and funniness of his own creative. As a director, he does fit the movie, I will say. So Minecraft, it doesn't really matter if it was animated in this live action. I say it possibly will. I know April is like a bit light. I mean, except there's Sinners coming. Got Until Dawn. I'm not excited a little bit on that, by the way. You got to count it too until we kick off with May. So I think for like the entire month of April, it's gonna have like a choice to have a benefit of doubt. It's just gonna like leg out the entire month as it's the only kids movie that age will go see. I mean, Snow White. That's a crap load of shit. Long story short, we all know how this all ends. So
Yes.
I want the crappy 7 companions, whatever. They look terrible, by the way. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but
Oh.
I will say Minecraft visually looks a lot better. And you guys can say all that shit in like the emails and all that in the comment section on the YouTube channel. But I'm just gonna say it looks a lot better than Snow White. But visually, as like the story, like no one's gonna expect the story to be great. That's the truth. So whatever critics say that's not a good story, I mean, it does not matter. I think what the expectations is what Minecraft does and what Jared Harris does and what Jack Black does is all going to matter with the audience. And that's really going to matter. So it's a tough one to tell where it goes. But Minecraft has been already big from the start that it's been getting better as like audiences are going to see this. So
yeah.
And Rotten Tomatoes right now, it's at 53%. That's not terrible, but I just knew it would be mixed at best. Pretty much.
I think for this movie, for a kids family movie based on a video game, 53% is fine. Clayton, it's not fine. This is not, reviews are going to fuel bigger word of mouth. But I don't think that matters. I don't think these reviews are so bad that they end up being a problem. This doesn't feel like it is some kind of disaster. So I don't think Pauline Kael's review of a Minecraft movie will matter. I mean, what do you think, Lane? Do you think these reviews have a negative effect?
No, not for this fan base. I think this movie would have had to been amazing to have a decent Rotten Tomatoes score.
Right.
Like, to be in the 70s, it would have to be a really great movie, which this movie doesn't have to be great. It just has to give the people who want to see it what they want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my question with it, is what do the people who like Minecraft want to see? And what Danny's explaining is that Minecraft can be anything.
Right.
So when these
That's right.
kids go see this, is it the anything that they would want to see? That they were, if I got to make the movie, because I get to make what happens in the game, if it's similar to sort of what they would want to do, or they're surprised and think, ha ha ha, oh, that's funny that they did that. I never thought of that. That's cool. That's what this movie has to be. It's just such a blank canvas for me, only seeing the materials that they've given us, never have played the game, only knowing what the actors are that are in this movie and who directed it. That's all I can go on with this movie. So it's really going to be, does this scratch the itch of this audience? And that feels so nebulous. Where Five Nights at Freddy's, I think, they had Freddy Fazbear. They were set. I mean,
Right.
these people have Steve.
Right.
I mean,
They had
that,
Matt Pat. They had Matt Pat in Freddy Fazbear in Five Nights at Freddy's. They gave
but
the
they
fans
didn't
what
know
they
about
wanted.
Matt Pat. They didn't know about Matt Pat going in, but they knew
They
about
didn't know
Freddy
going in.
going in. They were ready for Freddy. They were not ready for Matt Pat.
Yeah, that's true. Matt Pat was a surprise in Five Nights at Freddy's. Um, yeah, I don't think these reviews matter, and I'm looking at these reviews, and they got some of the big critics to like the movie. I mean, Clayton,
Yeah, pretty
our
much.
famous Owen Gleiberman, formerly of EW, the chief critic there. Now he's a Variety. He gave this a fresh tomato.
Okay.
We're getting some fresh tomatoes. I mean, uh, it's for a movie like this that could have been a disaster. This could have been one of those movies that gets 10% and it's a Freddy got fingered situation, where people are just saying this is the worst thing that's ever been in a cinema. We're not getting that. So to that level, I think it'll be a situation where parents will feel fine taking their kids, teenagers looking for a night out to do whatever
Whatever.
will go see
Whatever.
this. And I think the gamers in their 20s and 30s will say this won't be embarrassing to go to.
Mhm.
Danny, for you, since this movie could be anything, a Minecraft movie could be anything, what for you would be the most important thing you would want to see in this movie? Just as Danny, what would you like to see them build? What would you hope Jason Momoa and Jack Black? Oh, I've always wanted to see a Minecraft movie where they build this. Is there something like that for you that if they build this in this movie, you're going to just lose your mind?
Can they build a nether realm portal? Can they
Mhm.
make to they let's see. Can they make a diamond sword? Can they make an iron sword? Can they make whatever? Like all I'm technically want is like what do these writers and directors know about Minecraft? What can they build that's based on the game? That's all I want to see. And so far from the trailers I've seen, it seems to be the case. It seems like Jack Black, of course, who's not a writer director, but he's a producer, is also acting this movie. I think Jared Harris also knows Minecraft well. But anything that would blow my mind, I'd say I love to see. I love to see. Okay, there's one thing I love to see though, but
Let's
I
hear
don't
it.
know it's gonna be a movie. I love to see if they can slay a ender dragon because
Okay.
I just did that a week ago, my friends, and it was fun. I like to see them go against an ender dragon, but if not, if it's a hit, it might be a sequel. Who knows? It could happen. So
Okay.
I love that
Clayton,
happening.
is there like a Pittsburgh monument, a sort of famous place in Pittsburgh that you would love to see them build in a Minecraft movie? Like if they were to build Three Rivers Stadium in the Minecraft movie, or some kind of statue for Jerome Bettis. Is that what would you want to see them build? Or some kind of, I don't know, bullshit sandwich shop that you and your local friends in Pittsburgh always liked? Is there something like that you'd want to see built?
I mean, all those are great, but I would want them to build the intersection where Big Ben got into his motorcycle accident.
That would be huge. That
Yeah.
would be
Wow.
huge. I mean, I don't think it's off the table. It would be a reach. But that's the thing about this Minecraft movies. We have no idea what they're going to build. Was there an obstruction at the intersection? Is it a particularly dangerous intersection that they would have to build? Or is it really that was on Big Ben for that motorcycle accident?
It was on Big Ben,
It was on Big
number
Ben.
7.
Okay. Yeah. Lucky number 11. Okay. Who knows? If we go to see this movie, Clayton, me and you go somehow end up in a Minecraft movie and they start building stuff with blocks, and then they step back, camera widens, and we see it's the intersection where Ben Roethlisberger smashed his motorcycle. Would you lose your goddamn mind watching that?
Yeah, I mean, I really would. I mean, I would be thoroughly shocked in a way that I don't think I've been shocked in a theater since Sixth Sense.
Right. Right. Yeah, that would be, and the whole they've been building it the whole time and you just didn't know until the end. that it was that intersection in Pittsburgh.
No, you know what? That's wrong. That wasn't the last time I was shocked. The last time, and this is good for Danny, is the last time I was shocked was when I watched Past Lives, and that big twist and turn where her husband is a gamer.
Is a gamer.
That was
Yeah.
a shock. That shock.
I
That
did
shocked
not even
me.
watch that movie. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
tell
a
you
gamer,
what,
Danny.
you
He's a
don't
gamer.
see it coming. You don't see it coming, and it shakes you to your core. Truly.
Yeah,
Truly.
he was a gamer the whole
It
time.
changes everything. He
That's
was a gamer the whole
crazy.
time.
He was a
So
gamer
it's
the
sick.
whole time.
Yeah. It was like if they would have shown that Bruce Willis was dead, like in the second act of Sixth Sense. That's how Past Lives was with the gamer reveal.
Yeah. Well, they knew that reveal was so big that people needed the second half of the movie to recover from learning that the husband was a gamer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You put that twist at the end of that movie, people are so stunned that they're walking into traffic on their way out of the theater. So you needed to give them time to settle themselves. Another thing that I think is going for this movie this weekend for Minecraft is Warner Brothers is going to be showing an extended trailer for there you go. Danny is hype.
I'm very excited for this, you guys. My number one movie of the year. Anticipated.
Superman. So is Superman your most
yes.
anticipated movie of the year?
Oh,
so
yeah,
do you think that showing the Superman trailer, this extended new trailer before Minecraft movie screenings this weekend, is that going to lead to extra ticket sales?
It will. It will. No matter if people Minecraft or they know how bad it is, they'll just go see it to see Superman for like the 5 minutes. And I can bet you $50 that preview that they play at cinema is going to be that preview. I'm so excited. And long story short, I'm just excited and I have confidence in James Gunn. James Gunn, James Gunn, comic book gurus. I'm very excited for Superman in general. And I'm a DC guy, by the way.
I love hearing that. I think this is such a great move from Warner Brothers to make a big deal out of this new trailer. It's going to get fans of Superman, fans of DC to come out and see Minecraft movie probably multiple times to see this trailer. Clayton, what do you think? I mean, I love this. I love the synergy here. I love the teamwork from Warner Brothers, these two movies. I do think this is going to help. I think the Superman hype is going to help the opening weekend of Minecraft.
I have a controversial opinion here.
Okay.
Always with superheroes, but go ahead.
In that one of the main, when they were, they've been talking a lot about, CinemaCon about what the studios are doing wrong, what's wrong with theatrical, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the things they mentioned is the immense amount of stuff, of previews, of commercials before you actually get to see what you want to see.
Oh.
So my take is the best thing they could do is have this new superhero, Superman actor, Cornhole or whatever his name is.
David Cornsweat.
David Cornholio, yeah.
David Cornholio. Going up there with his little suit on, with his little cape, and say, hey, instead of an extended interruption from what you want to see, I am going to say, no, we will not show this. We're going to show your movie right now. Enjoy a Minecraft movie. And everybody would stand up and cheer for this once respectable man in a leotard. And I think that would be so awesome that people would be like, guess what? If you go see a Minecraft movie, there's only 15 minutes of crap beforehand because Superman, the new Superman, saved the day. And ixnayed the extended trailer and said, enjoy what you came here for, which is movie. Steve.
Right.
Steve, right.
Steve. I get that. I love the chutzpah of having him come out in the Superman costume, but not really playing Superman. He's talking as David Cornholio, as himself.
And he could be petting the dog, Crypto, because we know people love dogs. He's petting that dog that's also wearing a cape, which is undignified.
Is the dog named Crypto?
Yeah, of
Crypto,
course.
yeah, Crypto the super dog. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I wonder if that will be an issue nowadays with, the feelings towards Crypto.
It's Crypto the super doge now.
Crypto, yeah, there's a few issues with that title. I mean, Crypto the Super Doge back in the 30s when they came up with that for the comic book, sure. Crypto the Super Doge, he's a dog, he's fighting Hitler with Superman, all that. But now there's, different connotations to that name of that dog. I get the idea of having him go right to the movie, but I do think there are DC fans who want to see this extended Superman trailer, who would be upset if David Cornholio and Crypto the Super Doge came out and said, we're not showing you the trailer, we're going right to the movie. I do think some DC fans would get really
They'll
upset.
end up leaving. They'll end up leaving.
They'll leave. Yeah.
They'll leave. They'll just leave immediately.
But Danny, guess what? They already paid for their ticket.
And
So
that's
it
going to
don't
go on their
matter.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
That's true.
But I know you say all this sketch to be funny. I get it. But, I know you're down Superman. And you know what? I'm just going to say, prepare to have your socks blown away.
Yes.
When David gets the number one pick and he picked it, I just know he'll have on the money. I trust for that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Danny, how dare you? How dare you say that I'm funny? Because I'm a serious man.
It's always funny all the time. No offense. This is your show, but I'm just trying to say, I know you'll come up with something funny and dumb at the same time, but it's the Beal Boys,
Danny,
I'm not going to complain anymore.
I'm a serious man, and I'm offended by that take.
Yeah, he is a late period Coen Brothers movie. He is a serious man,
dude.
Clayton Gumbert. So
okay.
let's
He's just doubting it. That's all I'm just saying.
Let's get into, is there anything else that would affect this opening weekend here? Kids movie, reviews don't matter. Yeah, I mean, let's put a button on this before we get to our predictions. This is the most important weekend we have had in a long time.
We need this damn weekend. God, the first 2 months were not good. Months were not great. Oh,
we need
God.
This. I mean, Captain America underperformed. Compared, though, to Snow White, Captain America looked like Endgame. I mean, Snow White, disaster, full-on disaster. The Alto Knights, Mickey 17. I mean, this is crucial. This movie, Minecraft opens to 40 million. This is
Joker
time.
Or Joker Foley Doo-Doo or Morbius. Yeah, we're in a fucking trouble. We're in big trouble, and David Zaslav isn't in big trouble, and you all know it.
Oh,
this could have been bad shit, but we need this weekend so bad, and I knew this movie would be that movie we needed before we kick summer off.
We need this. I mean, Clayton, if this was Joker Folly of Doo-Doo, if a Minecraft movie pulls a Folly of Doo-Doo, it's full panic button time in theatrical. I mean, am I wrong if we Folly of Doo-Doo this weekend, which I don't think is going to happen, but if it were to happen, we're coming on this show Sunday night and we're ringing the bells. We're going through the town telling everyone to come out with their muskets and get ready for battle, because it's full on catastrophe time. I mean, am I overblowing it if this Minecraft movie does a Folly of Doo-Doo?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be shocking, because we would know by now if this thing was going to tank that badly. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that every weekend now seems to be the most important weekend, because it keeps getting pushed to another movie, to another movie, to another movie. I think it would be a big feather in this movie's cap if people could stop worrying a little bit after it opens. I mean,
Mhm.
if it does overperform. And I went to Pro Box Office and looked at what
Mhm.
they were saying was the opening range, and they're going 100 to 125, which I
Wha
think is absolute insanity.
Whoa! Because
Because
box
of
office.
Superman.
Oh, I'm sorry, 85 to 100. That's
That's what I was
different.
gonna
Right.
say.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
85
That's
to
way too
100.
high. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
85 to
yeah.
100.
I
That's
thought
what
it
it
would
was,
change
But
which is
projections last
higher
minute.
than the studio estimates. Obviously, the studio's estimate's low, but yeah.
yeah.
Um,
So, yeah, that's yeah.
so we don't have to go into it in any detail, but before we give our predictions, did just want to say the other movies opening wide this weekend, opening wide. You've got The Friend, which is the Steve Coogan and a Penguin movie from Bleecker Street, is going wide. There's something called Hell of a Summer, which is a teen slasher comedy. Clayton, it is starring and directed by Finn Wolfhard.
Yes.
Are you
We've
excited for this Hell of a Summer? Finn Wolfhard's directorial debut.
No, I'm not excited at all.
Um, Danny, Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. He's directing a sort of Friday the 13th parody movie. Do you care at all?
Of course not. Minecraft's in my alley. Sorry,
Yeah.
boys.
Yes. No one cares. I mean, this guy
Not
is
been
toast
marketed
this
for a
weekend.
reason, so I haven't seen the trailer. So
Pat, the
And
only other movie, I mean, are you
mhm.
talking Last Supper Part 2?
Yep, of course.
Okay.
oh yeah, Churchill bus movie. Yes.
Yep. Chosen Last Supper Part 2 comes out. The compact critic Chris Klemmer will have to see this movie. It is longer than Part 1. So, Clayton, when we got that text from Chris Klemmer, the compact critic, where he was telling us about the supper, so what he meant was, and I think we misinterpreted, remember there was another Last Supper movie that had nothing to do with The Chosen that came out a few weeks ago. So we had
Yes.
asked him, does this first movie have the supper in it? What he meant was, and I misinterpreted it, the other Last Supper movie that had a full supper because that movie was just one and done. The Chosen, The Last Supper Part 1 didn't get to the supper yet, but they were previewing that they would get to the supper. There were some flash forwards. So
Okay.
this could be the part where they get to the supper, but he doesn't know for sure, but he'll find out this weekend because he has to see it.
Yes.
I think these movies will keep building. The more we think about it, I think this is each of these three parts will get bigger and bigger as we get closer to the crucifixion, the resurrection, and the big moments that everyone loves. So let's get into it. Let's give our top fives and our opening weekend predictions for the Minecraft movie. So, Danny, as our guest, you get the choice. Would you like to go first, second, or third with your top five predictions?
Love to be unpredictable. I'll go first. Let's rock.
You're rocking? Go for it.
Yeah. All right. Let's get nuts. Let's get nuts right now, go boys. All right. So I had Minecraft initially 69 million, but because of Superman, I updated this on Twitter. I'm going to 120 on this right now.
Yes.
Number one.
Yes.
Number one. And look, if it doesn't get to 100, but as long as it beats over 40 and plus Snow White, I mean, hey, we're good. But otherwise, if it gets to just 60s and all that, I mean, we're good. Sales are
Yes.
picking up. So 20, number one, Minecraft, slam doink. Number
Wow.
two, the last the Chosen Last Supper Part 2. I think it's gonna be number two. Number three, Working Man. Number four, I think Woman in the Yard hangs on. I think it's a trendy movie. I know it's not a good movie, but I think it hangs on for a little bit before we get Sinners, mid-April. And number five, who wants to get really nuts? I think
Get
the
nuts.
Unicorn takes down Snow White. Number five.
Wow. Wow.
Look, I'm just Hey, wait. hayballing here. I mean, Snow White's gonna drop yet again, and all the kids are gonna drag their pissing mind about Snow White. Not this shit.
Wow.
That's my top 5.
What an incredible top 5. I am losing my mind at that top 5. He got nuts. Clayton, would you like to get nuts next? Could you get any more nuts than Danny there?
No. No, mine's gonna seem very unnuts. So, number 1, slam doink, a Minecraft movie, and I think it's gonna make 81.
Okay.
I'd say 81 million.
Respectable number.
Yep.
Number 2, I do think is gonna be The Chosen Last Supper Part 2. I think it makes 15. I think they're gonna steadily increase.
Forgot to bring up the number.
Under that, I do think it's going to be A Working Man.
Mm-hmm.
And then Woman in the Yard. And then, man, it is true. I think Snow White is gonna eat total shit, but I think Death of a Unicorn is also gonna eat similar shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say gosh, I'm gonna say Captain America: Brave New World is gonna be
I had
number
a feeling he was
5.
gonna say that.
I like that. That's what I was thinking too. Okay, here we go. Number 1 is going to be Doink of the Week, a Minecraft movie opening to $127 million.
Oh
Oh,
my
dude.
god. All right, man.
Is going to be completely nuts. This movie is the new Mario. Everyone get ready to meet Steve. Bow down to your new Mario, Steve. That's number 1. Number 2 is going to be Jesus. I mean, your 2 stars this weekend are Steve and Jesus Christ. Those are your 2 big stars. So Jesus with The Chosen Last Supper Part 2 will be number 2. Number 3 is going to be A Working Man. Number 4 is going to be Woman in the Yard. And then number 5, listen, if this is still in theaters this weekend, and I don't know how long this run is, I don't know if Miramax is holding those screens. I'm going to go number 5 is Princess Mononoke. That's what I'm going, number 5. But we all agree Snow White is out of the top 5 this weekend.
For sure.
We can all agree on that.
For sure.
Unbelievable weekend coming up. I cannot wait to see what this Minecraft movie does. Either way, we're back. We're back.
We're back.
Thank you,
We're back.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. And thank you, Jesus, for doing his part. You know, he won't be number 1, but Jesus will help this weekend at the box office.
Thank you,
and
Jesus.
you can thank Jason Statham too, by the way. Thank you, Jason Statham, as well.
Yeah, and thank you, Jason Statham. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Tonight, let's all listen. I don't know who of us are religious men, not religious, but I this is what I think we should promise. Tonight, before we go to sleep, each of us, tonight we say one special little prayer, and we put our hands together like this and we say, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jason Statham. That's what we say. And then, you know, we go our separate ways, but we end the prayer with thanking our 3 box office stars this weekend. And we do not thank Snow White when we say our prayer. We do not.
What a turn. What a turn against, I mean, come on. Give Snow White a break.
Listen, I'm not joining Variety with the not a hit piece bashing Rachel Zegler, but you know, Snow White bombed at the theater. We could say we're not going to pray for Snow White. Mm-hmm. Instead, we're going to pray for Steve of Minecraft movie.
Snow White's going to be outside the gate with Lyle. I mean, and what's the bear from
Chauncey the Bear?
Chauncey the Bear.
Yeah.
For Imaginary. Yeah, they're out of Hollywood.
So that's scary. I'd pray for her. I'd pray for Snow White.
Okay, throw her in your prayers then. I'll be saying an extra prayer for Steve from a Minecraft movie, thanking him. So, Danny, what do you have cooking on I Screen, You Scream 4, number
Number
4
4.
movies. Will there be a Minecraft movie review coming up?
Of course. Now thing is though, I'm moving away from the podcast era because the podcasting thing really changed in terms of like interactions and all that. But I'll say this: the YouTube channel has got me working and gigging. So I'd say the
Yes.
best place you can listen to my review is just follow me on YouTube. Check my go into my YouTube channel and you can find the Minecraft movie review I'll be posting by Friday night. And then just hop on the YouTube channel, stay subscribed, hit the bell, and you'll get alerted when the micro review drops because I can't wait to see it. I'm seeing it Friday, by the way, and I can't wait to see where the audiences are at going to be for this weekend. I mean, this has been a quiet year so far, so I can't wait. And social media platforms will be in the link. I use Twitter, I use TikTok. That's pretty much it for me. So I'm gonna be sticking with the YouTube, and just to quickly throw out one more thing. By the end of the year, I am gonna change my name, not my one, but the show's name. I think it's been bugging me sometime, and I think I'm ready to really leap it up already. So I think I'm changing the Ice Cream 4 number 4 movies to something else.
Wow.
And I think it's about time I upgrade a name to it and fully stick to YouTube gig all the way. I just want to say this real quick to the people. I didn't want to talk about this on Twitter and all that. I don't have all this crazy amount of audience, but I want to say I'm gonna really change it up to be a YouTuber for not his career, but I'm trying to say is as a hobby, you could say side gig. I'm gonna really work my way through, see what it's like. But the YouTube thing, I'm really sticking with it. And thanks to you boys, I'm blessed. God blessed you guys have shown me this YouTube way and shown me how to get funky about it. So I mean, like, I know the scripting and the talking is hard for me, but I'm getting used to it. And another thing, I may not have guests anymore. Depends, but I will try to be solo as much as I can. But I'm gonna be like birds free. That's what's coming up on the show by next year.
I love it.
2026 is gonna be a incredible year. I'm preparing for that.
I love it because 2026 can be a giant year at the box office, huge franchises, and I love that you will have your channel rebranded for that. And all I ask is that when you have this new name, the new rebranding of your YouTube channel, the announcement, make the announcement on the BO Boys. That is what we want. We want you to make that big announcement. The name of my new channel is, if you can, let us have the scoop, announce it live on the BO Boys.
Of course, boys.
We invite you. Amazing.
Thanks for having me as always, boys.
Of course. So, of course, follow the BO Boys. Like Danny said, YouTube is where it's at. This episode's on YouTube, where we also have an exclusive episode that will never be on the podcast feed that we just put up yesterday on the YouTube channel. There's probably another one coming very soon that will only be on YouTube. So you gotta subscribe to the BO Boys YouTube channel. There are full episodes there that will never be on the podcast feed. So you gotta go to the YouTube channel for that. Of course, follow us on social media at the BO Boys Pod. Wannabe OVP of Interns Christopher, killing it with the vertical clips. Subscribe to the Substack, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Email us, theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. And that is it. Clayton, that is all I got. I'm spent.
Well, I finished, and you've said it all.
Yep.
There's nothing left to be said.
No, nothing.
Except for until next time. Well, smell you at the box office. Nailed it.